Good day guys. Complex Bear is back again today for another video. Today I'm going to be teaching you a few things about cone jumps. So, first things first, I'm going to be teaching you what a cone jump is. Now, what a cone jump is when you're ramping up to someone, either you or them place a cone on top of yourself, and you jump to the side of it. Either on a straight floor like that, or a floor and stairs. So, why would you ever use a cone jump? First things first, that I feel like is the biggest reason why people would use cone jumps, is say there's a person sitting up here, and you've been editing through your pyramids, so you've been running up like this, and editing through your pyramids like that, and then what that person is going to be doing is just sitting here with his shotgun out, and waiting for you to edit, and he'll just pump you. What this does is then kind of, because they're trying to predict you obviously, what it's going to do is kind of fake them out. While they're looking here, you can then jump up here and you'll get high on them, because then they're going to have to be forced to, firstly because they're not in movement, you've got like the acceleration, so you're going to be able to jump up here and do 90s and block either them off, or they're going to just have to try and like just jump straight up and try and go up above you, which you're pretty much always going to win. Now, how to do a cone jump. Cone jumps aren't all that difficult. All it is place a cone on top and jump to the side, and either landing on just the floor or landing on a stair too, depending on what you're doing. How I like to do these is I'll come up to the cone, place it on top, and since I usually go the right side, I can go both sides, but I prefer going to the right. I will stand on the left side of this beam in the middle, come up to the side, and where it says edit, I'll come up to the side and I'll jump from about there. So I'll jump up and come across like that. Now, depending on which way you're going, so say if you're going to the left side, you want to stand on the right side of this beam and come up from the same spot on the thing. But yeah, it just depends on which way you're going. Then what you want to do is, when you're coming up to it, look at where you're going, so don't be like looking over here and trying to go up for it, because you're not going to be able to see where you're going. So try and look. I like to look about, I start off looking about midway and just where I'm going to place that floor. Then as I jump, I look down, straight down, and place a floor and a ramp underneath myself. Then, to start off with, if that's a bit too difficult for you, once you just trying to get used to the motion, just place a floor, and just get used to going up and landing on the floor, which I just didn't do. It's a bad example. Then, once you got used to that, do the exact same thing, but turbo build stairs as well. And what that's going to do is, usually you don't quite land on top, you'll land about like there, and what's going to happen is the stair's just going to push you up like it did right there. So instead of you just sitting in it, it's going to phase you upwards and you'll be able to land on the stair as well. Why would you want to land on the stair? Well, firstly, because if you land underneath, you've already like lost height on that. To get on the same height, you're going to have to place another ramp and then go up. So landing on the stair, you already got more height. Why would you want to land? One bad thing about landing on this stair is if someone's right here, you're in perfect like view of their shot. So say you get underneath it and you stand on this side, you can't be seen from that person, and by the time you get there, you'll be able to, once you get into view, you'll probably be able to do 90s or something and block yourself off from getting that shot on. So few problems that people come into when they're doing this is they'll go up for it too high and they'll jump and get stuck on the top corner, or they'll go too low and they won't quite get enough altitude, and they'll either get stuck under the ramp while trying to land on the stairs, or they'll just not even make it onto the thing. Few sort of things they can do with these cone jumps, sort of high ground retakes, is one that I've made. Well, I've used parts of high ground retakes, but I've kind of made it for myself. Double ramp or scissor ramp up, they're the same thing. Place a cone on top of the stair that's above you, and one whichever side you're going to. So say if I'm going to the right side, I'll place one there. If I'm going to the left side, I'll place one there. I prefer going to the right because I know right side feels better for me, and just like characters and stuff and how Fortnite works. Then what you do, place a wall connected to that cone and the stair, and then jump across onto it. Then once you've done that, come across and do that cone jump that we've been doing and land up here. Then you can either finish it off with doing like a fofo cone or something like that and coming up, or just straight 90s or another high ground retake. Why I like that is you stay fairly protected, and there's another high ground retake which is pretty much this, where you come up and you go through the cone. So say if they're here, they're going to be turning around and getting ready for the ramp to come up here, because you edit through this like that, but instead you jump it to the side, and you stay fairly protected, especially if you do the fofo cone quick enough, because unless they're expecting it, you're fairly protected. And so far I've never gone blocked off doing this, so I haven't really thought of any sort of things that you can do to protect yourself better, unless maybe placing a wall up here and then going up for it, because then it blocks them off a bit. And yeah, so that's the first high ground retake. Just get used, and it kind of uses that cone jump to like good use, because like I'll show you in fast motion so actually understand what's going on a bit better. So come up, I like to stand on the far side of it and kind of run to the side, go up, yeah, and then come around here and land on the stairs, and then yeah, whatever. Other high ground retake that uses it, there's a lot more than this, but these are just two I'm going to show you, is you come up, double ramp, then place a cone at the end, cone jump to the side, land on the stairs, place another one on top of you, and then come to the side again. If you're a good player, you can put a wall there as well, and they'll just block you off completely from anyone here, and you'll be able to get hide on them, because they'll firstly have to jump up here and then block you off. So yeah, it takes a bit more time. And yeah, once you do that second, you can either do, I'll show you, I'll go a bit faster. So come up, first one, I screwed that up, but yeah, come up here and then boom. Once you get up here, you can turn around, place two walls behind yourself, and then the cone on top, and then stairs. You want to do this fairly high, like on your ramp, because if you don't do it high enough, you'll do something like this. Oops, that's not what I meant. You'll come up and do something like this. You'll get the cone off, but you'll get trapped underneath your stairs, and then you just lose all that momentum. What this does is, since you've got that person here on the cone, they're going to see cone jump and try to jump up with you. Oh, there's supposed to be a cone right there. Jump up with you, and they'll get blocked off right here. What they can do is they can still place walls, and they can probably place a wall to the side there and then cone jump over you. But still, it's going to waste a bit of time for them, because they're going to be too busy thinking about, oh, what's happened. And then you can either do 90s off that, or you can just like go over and edit through the cone and take a nice little shot and then keep going up. But yeah, it gives you a few options doing that. And yeah, that's my tips and tricks video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. I've got 15 subs at the moment, so trying to hit 20 by the end of the year. So if you guys could tell your friends and stuff, help me hit that goal, because that will mean so much to me. And yeah, anyway guys, I'll catch you on the flip.